Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kai, in case we haven't met before. If we have met and you've been on my channels, you've practiced with me before, it's nice to see you again, as always. Today, we're going to be working on a yoga sequence that specifically addresses the hips. If you've been sitting for a long time today, if you've been traveling on an airplane, if you've just been feeling a little bit tight around your hips, your kind of upper quads around to the front of your core, then this practice will be perfect for you. So let's get right into it. Here we go. Okay, first I'm gonna light this candle, one of my own creations. We're gonna get started today on our backs. I have these blocks here. If you have blocks, grab them. If you don't, no biggie. Find a shape on your back here with the soles of the feet on the ground, about hip-width distance. Let the tops of the shoulders heavy down to the ground. The entire vertebrae sinking down into the ground here. Take this minute to drop in. Notice where your breath is. Notice where your mind is. See if you can bring those two things together here in this room with you. So you can start to connect those with body and make some magic with the synergy of all those things. Big inhale in through the nose, feel the belly rise, the chest rise. Exhale, let it go. Another one just like that, big inhale in, sip, sip, sip all the way to the top. Take another breath at the very top. Exhale, let it go. Third one all together, biggest breath yet, huge breath, giant breath, all the way up to the top. Take another sip once you get there. Open mouth, exhale. Let the body expand down into the ground with that exhale. On your next breath, bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh here. So this kind of figure 4 shape. If you want, you can totally stay here as you press the left foot into the ground, right knee away from you. Another option here is to grab behind the left thigh here, draw the knee closer in towards your body as the right knee moves outward in space. So this is sometimes called a reclining pigeon because of the way the legs are set up. So if we were flipped onto our bellies, we would actually be doing a pigeon pose. As you draw the left knee closer to the chest, move the right knee away. Try to keep the tailbone down on the ground here, the sacral bone down on the ground. With every inhale, maybe pulling that knee a little bit closer. With every exhale, moving the right knee outward in space. Stay here for a full breath in. And a full breath out. The left foot finds the ground. Tee out your arms here in a cactus shape. Or I guess T or cactus, I should say. Either cactus like goalie pose or tee out if you have the space here. Start to reach the sole of the right foot over to the left side of the mat. Maintaining contact with ankle and thigh, your leg's gonna fall over to the left side of the mat. Right foot finds the ground. Entire outer left leg is going to find the ground. Look over to your right. So this supine twist here coming into the hip flexors, this area of our body. Sending a full breath in there. Exhaling to sink into the shape. Letting your hips open up here. Giving them the grace, the space to open up. Right knee is still moving outward in space here to open up the hip, while the right foot presses down into the ground. Come back to center. Sole of the right foot finds the ground. This time left ankle on top of right thigh. Figure 4 shape here. Totally amazing if you want to stay here as you really focus on moving the left knee outward in space. Otherwise, thread the needle, grab behind the right thigh this time as you draw the right knee closer to your chest. Left knee moves outward in space. You might notice that this side feels different than the other side, depending on how you cross your legs or if you have a preference for your right or left side. There is bound to be some differences between right and left. Don't judge yourself for that. Don't let that move you in any way, only to let you know what you need to do on either side to best take care of yourself. Draw the right knee in closer to the chest, left knee outward in space. Right sole of the foot finds the ground. Either cactus or tee out the arms again. This time, lean the legs over to the right side. The sole of the left foot finds the ground. We're still maintaining that ankle to thigh contact. Left knee is still moving outward in space. Look over your left shoulder. Finding a long line there in that side body, moving out through your hips towards the backs of your legs. Even the outer edge of the right leg here. Press into the sole of the left foot to move the left knee more outward in space. Open up the hip. Full breath in. Full breath out. Come back to center here. Both feet find the floor. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Roll side and side, massaging out the lower back as well as the upper glutes here as they start to really build in abundance, build in space. Then forwards and backwards until you can roll over your knees to find a tabletop shape. You probably know where we're going from here. Tabletop into cat-cows. Once you get into tabletop, find your wrist right underneath the shoulders here. I recently learned a great tip of if you have blocks, place the block behind your wrist to make sure that it's going straight here, as well as the thighs. So this one I need to move my knee back a little bit more. This one I also need to move my knee back a little bit more. And here. Tops of the feet into the ground. Pressing so much into the ground that the fronts of the thighs lift. Lower belly pulls up to the spine. Micro bend in the elbows. Inhale, look forward. Widen the collarbones, drop the belly. Cow. Exhale, chin towards chest, belly up towards spine. Cat. Inhale, move it forward. Broad heart space. Exhale, rounding into yourself. Start to play with your cat-cows here. You'll probably encounter in some of your yoga classes that the teacher will say, you know, take a few of these on your own breath. And that's when you can really start to explore and maybe go side to side here. Even moving back between a child's pose and a tabletop. It also might be interesting to change the orientation of the hands so the fingers point backwards. Keep exploring for another couple breaths. See what feels good to you. See what feels easy to you. Follow those hints there to see what your body needs. Find a neutral tabletop. We're coming into puppy dog pose next. Extend the arms long in front of you, almost like you're coming into a downward facing dog. Reach the chest towards the ground here, hips high to the sky, and you're in your puppy dog shape. It's kind of that shape there when a dog is like waking up from a nap, extending its arms out long. This is a great one also if you've been sitting, to move the shoulders back in space, moving the heart forward. A lot of times when we're sitting, we can crowd the shoulders in, or depending on if we're in a packed space, if we're nervous, if we're stressed out, our body adapts and responds in the ways that it's designed to. The same fight or flight, the defense mechanisms kick in. Use this practice, use this time to shed all of those feelings, all of those traumas, so that you can return back to your body without the expectation or the standards of society. From puppy dog pose, let's come into a high plank. Hands come beneath your shoulders. Both legs extend long. You're in your high plank. Heels reach back in space. At the same time, knees move forward, so much so that the tops of the hip bones reach up towards the ribs. Shoulder blades reach down the back. Gorgeous. We're here for 8 breaths, so let's count down together. 8, 7, 6, just 5, just 4, just 3, just 2, and 1. Bring the left knee down. Keep the toes tucked. Right leg up in the air. Bring your focus to the right thigh bone. Rotate the right thigh bone outwards. Right toes point outwards. Point the toes back down. Inhale, open up the hip. Exhale, point the toes down. Inhale, open up the hip. Exhale, point the toes down. Right knee comes down. This time your left leg up in the air. Bring your attention to the left thigh bone this time. We're opening up counterclockwise on the inhale. Left toes point to the left side of the room. Exhale, point the toes down. Inhale, open up the toes to the left. Exhale, point the toes down. Inhale, point the toes to the left. Exhale, point the toes down. Bring the knee down to tabletop. Move back into child's pose. Those little micro movements are something that I picked up recently from one of my co-teachers who also does Pilates, which I think is a really cool way to bring in new movements to yoga, especially those micro movements that Pilates focuses on. Bringing your attention to joints and ligaments and bones. So that exercise we just did is amazing for strengthening the entire leg, all the way up to the glute, which typically will sort of deactivate when we're sitting. It gets lazy. We start dumping into our lower back. So to prevent any sort of injury or any sort of discomfort, strengthening and increasing flexibility of the hips is paramount to taking care of yourself. Stay here for a full breath in and a full breath out. Come to sit on your shins here. Bring your feet down to the ground for a Malasana squat. Your toes point about 45 degrees outwards. Tailbone reaches down towards the ground as the crown of the head reaches up to the sky. Tuck the chin in here to lengthen the back of the neck. This one's a big opener for the hips here. Stay with me for 4. Stay with me for 3, for 2, 1. Let it all go, forward fold. Let the back of the neck go, let the crown of the head go. Maybe sway side and side. Inviting in length and flexibility to the backs of the legs. Bring your hands to clasp behind you. Reach the knuckles up. The shoulder's going to curl back towards the spine here as the heart moves towards the front side body. On your next exhale, come back to the squat. Keep the hands where they are. So shoulders are super rolled back in your squat. It might almost feel like you're going to fall back in space. Can you keep yourself there as you let go of your hands to bring them to heart center? We're here for 4. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. We're here for 1. Let it all go. Forward fold. This time bring the feet mat with distance. Bend the knees a lot. Reach behind the legs here. Reach the sit bones up towards the sky. Adding a micro bend to the legs there, so there's a little bit of softness in this forward fold. Bring the palms of your hands down on the ground here. Flip the palms of the hands, so palms face forward, and then bring them underneath your feet here, so that your feet press onto your palms, massaging out the backs of the hands, the fingers, even the wrists with the legs here. This closed loop allows the energy to circulate in the body so that everything from upstairs, our hands, our arms, shoulders, head, can cycle through the feet, the legs, the hips. Stay here for another breath. Exhale. Bring the hands out from under the feet. Walk it out to a high plank. Finding the wrists underneath the shoulders again. Might have to move the legs back in space to find your high plank here. Good. We're here for 4. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. And 1, lift your right leg in the air. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Then pigeon pose. Right knee comes behind the right wrist, right ankle, as best you can behind the left wrist. Reach the left foot back in space. Tent the fingertips beside you for pigeon pose. So you're really sinking into this hip there. As you can see, my hip is lifted. So this is a great place for a block underneath that hip there as I try to square off the sides of the hips to face forward. Once you get into your pigeon pose, you can really go wherever you want here. So you can stay here if you want a little bit more of a lifted sensation. You could also start to fold forward to take a little bit more of a grounding shape here. I'm feeling a little bit more grounding today, so I'm going to lean forward. Choose a shape that works for you. We're here for 3 full breaths. Feeling the right glute open up here, the right hip flexor, IT band. Come back up, palms find the floor. Remove the block or blanket if you have that underneath your hips. Lift the right leg, step it back for plank pose. This time, lift the left leg in the air. Draw left knee in towards the chest. Left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind right wrist. Lengthen the back leg. Grab that block or blanket, place it behind that hip if you need it, right? If you're super flexible in your hips and you can kind of come all the way down here like that, amazing. For me, unfortunately, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna Bring myself a block here. Ooh, I'm really feeling it in that right hip flexor. Before I lean forward, I'm gonna sit tall to remember how much length I have in my spine. Then I'm gonna take it down, exhale, fold forward. Here for 3 breaths again. Come back up, hands find the floor. Remove the blocker blanket if you have that. Then step back into plank. Downward facing dog just for good measure, since it is still a yoga class. Find that downward facing dog by reaching your hips high to the sky. Heels down towards the ground. Knees pull up to the hip points there. Can you rotate the armpits inwards to come out of the fronts of the shoulders? Staying here for 2 full breaths in and 2 full breaths out. Bring your knees down. Come to sit on your shins. Oopsie. And we'll close it out here with 3 breaths. Find a comfortable seat, hands to heart center. Start by exhaling everything out. Big inhale in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Another one just like that. Big inhale in, all the way to the top. Exhale, let it go. And then a last one all together here, or maybe just between you and me. Big, big breath in. Keep sipping all the way to the top. Hold that inspiration in for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Let's hold a moment of gratitude for our bodies, our minds, our breaths, everything that allows us to practice this yoga, this movement, and knowing that we have everything we need already inside. All right, hopefully y'all liked that hippie kind of, opener class. Yeah. I'm a little bit blank right now. I needed that yoga class for me as well. And I'm gonna be continuing to do this. Come back to my channel. Gonna be posting more videos for yoga and adding some Pilates moves to it. I think I'm liking this Pilates vibe. So gonna keep exploring that to see where it leads me. Also, I didn't do my OOTD of the day. So hair clips, Hobby Lobby. Earrings from Brooklyn. This is from Brazil. My top is Nike. My sweats are Kerry Colby, trademark, one of a kind. Bracelets are both from my parents from Japan, imported. And that's pretty much it. Alrighty, I'll see y'all again. Gosh, I can't talk today. Bye.